Hello, I bought two art books on holiday with me, and one of them is this book, Watercolor Freedom by Irit Landgraf. I love the colour palette that Irit uses. It's just really bright and cheerful. So I had a flick through and I thought that I'd like to have a go at something abstract and colourful myself. The colours actually reminded me of a watercolour palette I put together a while back. I'd been filling some travel palettes and I ended up being left with some random half pans, which I put together in this aquafine tin. They're paints which I didn't really want to give space to in a mixing palette, and so they tend to be my more opaque paints or multi-pigment paints. When I put them together though, they actually made a really nice collection. And so today I decided to do an Irit Landgraf inspired painting with this palette. I'd only ever had a scruffy colour swatch chart to go inside the palette, and so first of all today I just want to make a new one. I'm using a stamp set that I got from Temu, which is just about the right width if I stamp it twice. I'm using VersaFine waterproof ink. I had a good look online to see if this stamp set was copied from another company, but I couldn't find anything similar to it. I've sped up the swatching slightly, but I'll tell you all the colours. So the first one is Holbein's Jaune Brilliant No. 1. Then there's Jackson's Naples Yellow. The third one across is Holbein's Naples Yellow. And the orange is A. Gallo's Arancione, and now I'm swatching out A. Gallo's Ruby Red, and this is A. Gallo's Pietra Rosa. This is Holbein Shell Pink, and Holbein's Brilliant Pink. Then Holbein's Lilac. All of these Holbein colours have PW6 white pigment in them, and it makes them quite opaque. So this is Just Go Sketching's Ultramarine Violet and A. Gallo's Tyrian Purple. And the last one on the row is Holbein Lavender. This is A. Gallo's Cerulean Hue. Holbein Compost Blue. Holbein Horizon Blue. A. Gallo's Teal. A. Gallo's Aquamarine. A. Gallo's Viridian Hue, which is a PG7 and PB29 mix. Then Holbein Compost Green. Holbein Emerald Green Nova. Sorry, I'm laughing because there's some geese outside that are having a field day. We've got a bit of a storm going on. This is Jackson's Venetian Red. Winsor & Newton Caput Mortuum Violet, and then Rembrandt's Dusk Pink, and lastly Rembrandt Copper. So I've written all the names and pigment information on in tiny lettering with a 0.1 fine liner. It seems like some of the less heavily pigmented paints have had a bit of a reaction with the ink and kind of flowed away from it. You can see it especially with the purples. So in the book there's an example of a sketch using mixed media, and I decided to do something along those lines. I pull out some coordinating Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2s. I've got carmine, then salmon pink, and this is periwinkle blue, then aubergine, turquoise green, and Sahara yellow. I'm using Baohong 100% cotton watercolour paper, and I start off doing some, I guess, kind of abstract flower shapes. I've not really done much large coverage watercolour on the Baohong paper before, and I quite liked it. It went down quite smoothly and the colours blended nicely. I had to take a break just here because I got invited to have some homemade blackberry crumble with the family that's also staying here. Here I use a colour from a different palette, which is Winsor & Newton's Opera Rose. So when my colour chart had dried, I put sticky back plastic on it to protect it, and that's ready to go in the palette now. And here's my finished painting. It was great fun to do, and I did gain a new appreciation for the pour paints, which didn't make it into any of my other palettes. Obviously this isn't to everyone's taste, and it's not something that I would hang on the walls in my house. But I hope you enjoyed the video anyway, and thank you very much for watching. Bye!